Okay guys, so today I'm gonna share you my experience, my journey, maybe some tips for you if you want to go for Desaru half Ironman in Johor. Yeah, so I did my half Ironman in Johor last year in 2022. Yeah, it was a good journey. Yeah, so Desaru Johor is in Malaysia, and I'm from Brunei. So from the pre-departure travels, there's two options that I can go there from Singapore or from Kuala Lumpur, which is to Johor Bahru. Okay, so what I did last year was I flew from Singapore and then we rented a van because we will bring our bike back. Yeah, from Singapore we took a van to Desaru, which take about 2-3 hours. Yeah, so it's about 2-3 hours depending on the traffic and the immigration at the between Singapore and Johor. So the journey was long. Yeah, you can opt to go from Johor as well because it's the closest airport. There's also an option for ferry. You travel there by ferry. I think it's from Singapore and then go straight to Desaru. Okay, so I'm not sure about the fees. I think it's less than 100. So yeah, it depends if they still have that package. So last year they offered that, but it was at the last minute. So I booked early for a van. So we rented a van and then the driver sent us off to straight away to Desaru. So for the accommodation for international and looking for a budget travel, it's very hard for Desaru because the race venue is located at the side of the beach. So there's only the main road at the beach is only covered with the 5-star hotel, so it's a bit expensive. So it's a bit hard for the budget travel participants. So for me, I opt for staying at near the town. So it's a bit further, like 7 kilometers away. So the hard part about the challenges about living at the town is that they don't have Grab there, so we don't have like a cheap traveling by taxi. So they only have taxi that is a fixed rate. So if I'm not mistaken, it's 25 ringgit Malaysia per way. So it doesn't matter if you go just a short distance or you go all the way to the event race village, you will need to pay 25 ringgit to go there. Yeah, so you might need that to keep that in your mind. Okay, so if you opt to stay somewhere near the town, I think you need to rent a car, or maybe if you have a friend that have a car, a Malaysian, it will be better. So now about the race venue. So the race venue is that in Hard Rock. Was it in Hard Rock? Yeah. So the race venue is in Hard Rock Hotel. So it's close. It's the two hotel is close together. So if you opt to stay at the race venue, they'll have a package there, but it's a bit expensive. But logistic wise and transportation will be easier, but then it's very far away towards the town, which where there's the convenience store, and if you want to buy if you want to go to the fast food or anything. Yeah, so the hotel is about 7 kilometers away, if I'm not mistaken, towards the town. And then yeah, the taxi available is only the fixed rate taxi. They don't have that Grab there. They have Grab food, but they don't have the Grab for transportation like taxi. Yeah, so that's one of the challenges, which is the transportation. The taxi is a bit expensive for a short trip, but it's okay if you're going for a longer trip. Yeah, so next, the race village. The race village, it was very nice. It's very big, and then there's an expo there. They sell the merchandise for the whole 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Yeah, from the start, which is on Friday, until Sunday. So the merchandise, the prices, it was okay. The lines to do. So on the first day, on Friday, we did call that a race packet collection, where we take our bib number, we take our transition bag, and so on. So yeah, and also we did open water swim trials on Friday, so we can try to swim at the venue and see how it goes and how it feels like over there. So during the trials, the water was okay, it was calm, a bit choppy, but yeah, it was only a short distance where we did the swimming trials. Then on Saturday, we did Saturday night, we did a bike check-in. So for the bike check-in, we put our bike in the afternoon, because there's a race during the Saturday morning. So we did only put the bike in the evening, and then there's a short briefing regarding if you have any questions about the race. Yeah. So in the race venue, there's a bike mechanic as well. Yeah, there's a bike mechanic if there's something wrong with your bike. So for basic adjustment, I think it's free, but then if it's like something more complicated, they might give some charges. So we left the bike overnight for the race. Bike covers are not allowed during the bike check-in for safety purpose for the organizer. And then yeah, you just keep the bike there, and then what you call that, storage for your bike pump at the transition area. There's also a toilet at the transition area of the bike. So the transition for the bike and the running, it's the same. So T1 and T2 is in the same place for Desaru Half Ironman 2022. So for the transition bag, we hang it next to our bike. Not mistaken, yeah. So it's not somewhere else, so we hang it next to our bike, so it's much more easier. So we don't need to rush anywhere to find our transition bag and then to our bike. Yeah, so yeah, it's a bit small. The transition area, it's a bit small, as in the bikes, the spaces between the bikes is a bit close together. So yeah, you might need to plan your transitions. Okay, so let's start with the race. Let's go. So half Ironman Desaru 2022 race day. So as for me, I stayed at the Airbnb near the town. So the only option is by taxi, or maybe rent a bike, rent a car to go to the venue early in the morning. Okay, so it's good that I'm grateful that there's a Malaysian participant during our stay. So he lifted us to the race venue. So for the official transportation, the organizer, yeah, there's a shuttle bus between the hotels, but it's only along the race venue, which is at the 5 Stars hotel. So along the Hard Rock hotel, there's a lot of, like, I think there's few, like 5-6 hotels there, so which is the 5 Stars hotel by the resorts. So there's a shuttle bus there between that goes all the way from the roundabout all the way to the race venue. So the hard thing is that the bus doesn't go pass through the next place, which is to the town. So it only goes all the way to the roundabout. Okay, so during when we reach there, there's a parking space right behind the Hard Rock Hotel at the back. So yeah, it's not that far. Then you can just walk all the way to the transition area to finalize your transition nutrients. You can put in your fuelings. You can pump your bike. Then you can put your bike pump at the storage place. And yeah, so during the transition in the morning, just make sure you do it right. Don't panic. Okay, sometimes bad thing might happen. Yeah, so it's might be an unlucky day. Yeah, I saw some participant when they pump the bike, there's a pinch. I think there's a pinch in his tube. So yeah, race day is always the unlucky day. So let's hope that you don't get that. All right, so after you're done with the preparation for the transition, the bike, you're happy with your gearings and everything, okay, and then you'll be getting ready at the next to the beach, which is the starting line, okay, for the swim. So you'll be given 3 different swim caps. So there's 3 colors. I don't remember the colors. I think there's blue, there's red, then forgot there's the other one. Yeah, so it depends on your what did you put on your registration, like your swimming time. So if you did put in a fast swimming time, you're gonna start early, which is the zone 1. So it doesn't matter if you start early or not, because your timing will start when you pass the starting mat, okay, which is when you start your swim. So it doesn't matter if the participant started early, your timing starts when you start. So it's not a must start. I estimated for a 42 to 45 minutes swim. So I started at the zone 1. So yeah, it was a good swim. So for a beginner swimmer like myself, it's better to start your swim not at the front row. Maybe you need to start like 10 rows behind, like that, in the middle pack, because you might need to, because there's a benefit there in drafting your swim. Yeah, rather than if you start at the front, there's no one for you to draft, and then all of them are strong swimmers. So yeah, unless you're a sub 2 minutes pace swimmer. Yeah. Okay, the swim, during we start, it was a bit choppy. The water's a bit rough, but it was doable. But then I think it's a bit rough condition for those who's not used to swimming at the rough sea condition. Yeah. And then during the start it was a bit rough, but like few meters only. And I start to the current was moving towards the right side. So when we swim, we are pushed towards the right side to the lane. So the route is clockwise. So we're going triangle route, which is clockwise. Go straight to the right and another right. So there's a big buoy, good markings. But then, even though the buoy is big, but yeah, because of the rough sea and then there's a bit choppy, so it's a bit hard to see where's the markings at. So for the whole swim, for the first straight swim, it was a bit choppy. The current was moving to the right side. So we push forward, and then once we reach to the first turning buoy, that's when we can go fast, because the current is going that way to the eastern side of your swim. And then we go straight, and then the second turning point, that's the problem. Yeah, because during the second turning point, I saw the marking buoy, but then somehow I followed the crowd, so we swam extra, and then we didn't turn straight away to the to the land. So it was very far because it's a one loop swim, so the distance is a bit far, so you cannot see where's the land is, you cannot see where's the marking buoy is. So I followed the crowd, and then we managed to do extra like 200-300 meters of swim. So it cut about like 5 minutes of my swim. So yeah, additional 5 minutes. It's crazy. So what I did was I followed the crowd, and then after like few meters I just break away, and I knew that we are going in the wrong direction. So straight away I just cut to the right side, break away, and then make a new group, and then we went straight to the starting line. So going back, it was choppy, it was very rough, and then there's also like I'm not sure if it's anchovies or is it plankton, I'm not sure. So yeah, so there's a little like small dust, like wooden dust like that, yeah, feels when you swim. So yeah. So you just swim ahead and then straight away to the race venue. So during the swim, you just target the land. Once you reach to the land, you can see a big IRONMAN banner, so that's good. So you target there, because there's where we need to come out from the swim. So going there, go up, there's a lot of crowds, and then you need to run over there straight to the shower. Then you need to run up to the transition area. The transition area is about 300 meters away from the beach, so you might need to run a lot from the beach up there. So, and there's an incline, and then straight to the transition area. There's a toilet, and then if anything like you need to pump, you can also pump your bike. And then we started our bike. So we need to push our bike all the way down, so we cannot start our bike right outside the transition. So we need to push the bike all the way down the hill. At the transition, there's a red carpet. We push all the way down. I think there's another 100-200 meters. And then once we reach down there, there's a clit on area, so that's where you can go on your bike and start cycling. So the cycling leg, So for that one, for the first few kilometers, there's a sharp uphill right after the transition, so make sure you be careful that your gearing is right, because there's a sharp uphill, like I think it's only like 1 kilometers. If I'm not mistaken, it's only like 8 to 10%, maybe, I'm not sure. So yeah, it's about a bit sharp, but not too sharp that you need to go very slow. Yeah, so yeah, so and then after that it's just rolling hills towards the loop. So it's just rolling hill up and down. It's good. And then once you reach the roundabout, there's another one. So the second roundabout, that's when you go to the left. Okay, so you need to be careful when you reach to the roundabout, because last time there's a small rocks, sands right at the curve, so you need to be careful because you might slip. Okay, we don't want to crash during the event. We don't want to have a lot of scratches to your bike, especially. Okay, so that's one thing you need to keep in mind, that you need to be careful at the roundabout, because it's a bit sharp, because the roundabout is a small roundabout, not a big roundabout. Yeah, and then you go to the left. It was straight, it was good. It was not covered by any trees, so you are open when you're riding the bike. So during 2022, during my time, it was a bit windy, a bit on the crosswind, and then because it was about to rain during that time, so it was only just a light raining and then a bit windy, but it was bearable. So during the bike, going to the left, and then one thing, you need to do a sharp U-turn. Okay, so there's a one-way road, one way there, one way back here, so as in two roads in the road. Yeah, you get what I mean. So it's a one-way road, so you need to do a sharp U-turn right when you reach to the checkpoint. Okay, so you need to do a U-turn and then right back to the course, and then you go meet the roundabout again to the left. So you'll be doing that loop for 2 times. Okay, so once you reach at the end, same thing, you need to do a sharp U-turn. So yeah, I saw some of the participants behind me crash during the U-turn because he was too fast, and then he went to the sides and then got panicked and lost balance during at the grass. Yeah, so you go turn around and you're gonna do that for 2 loops, and then after that you're going back. So the water station was good. There's volunteers giving out water bottle with the bottle. Okay, it was just a blank bottle, no, not a branded one. So I was expecting a branded bottle. So they gave us the bottle, where there's water, there's also electrolytes. I think it's Gatorade. And then they also gave us like banana. And then yeah, they also gave us gels. Yeah, so yeah, make sure to fuel yourself during the bike ride, because it's a long ride, about 3 hours, 2 hours to 3 hours, depends on how you ride. Okay, it's 90 kilometers. The distance was okay. I think it's about 90 kilometers. Not too far, not too not less, so it's good. So yeah, once you reach to the back to the hotel, it was a sharp downhill from where you started from the transition. And then yeah, so yeah, just get ready for some pictures, because there's cameramen along the bike course. So yeah, you need to like that. Yeah, right. So when we reach the transition area, be careful. It's right at where you clip on your bike when you start. and then you need to push the bike up to the transition. So it's about like 100 to 200 meters of pushing the bike. For me, it's better that you take off your shoe, okay, or you just let your shoe clip on your bike, because it's a bit challenging to run with the shoe going up the hill at the transition. And then yeah, it's a bit slippery because they put in a carpet there, but it's not that grip for us to run. So yeah, once you reach the T2 transition from the bike to running, yeah, so from the transition, yeah, you can use the toilet if you need. Yeah, you might need it. Don't hold your pee, don't hold your poo. Make sure you need to run fresh, and then take your stuff, your fueling at the transition bag, right next to your bike rack. Okay, remember your bike rack, yeah, because some of the participants forgot because they're in their adrenaline. Yeah, so once I start running, it started with the downhill. So the transition, going out the transition, it's a downhill about 100 meters in the carpet before you reach the road. Yeah, so the running, it's 3 loops of 7 kilometers. So you need to go through the before the finishing line, and then you go out all the way. It's a bit hilly course, but it's not that hilly. It's just undulating route. Okay, the hill is not that sharp. You can still run through it. And then yeah, during last year it was a good weather condition. It's a bit windy, it's a bit calm, but then the thing is, some part of the race course, like during the mid section, during I did my second loop, it was very hot. Yeah, because there's no wind, because the rain stopped, so it was a bit hot. So as for the run course, the water station was good. There's a lot of water station on every like 3 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. There's water, there's Gatorade, there's high five gels, there's also ice sponge, and also like a big water that you can just splash yourself with the, yeah. So yeah, it's a good course. That there's a lot of nutrition. Some of the water station also provides fruits like banana and watermelon. Yeah. So yeah, after you do the 3 loops of the running, you'll go straight, and then yeah, you're gonna need you're doing 3 loops, right? So you're gonna pass through 3 times at the transition area. So you don't go through the transition, you just pass through at the side of it. So the crowds can stay there. There will be a lot of crowds over there, and then they cheer you, so it gives you the push. So yeah, so once you reach the finishing line, get ready for some good pose. Yeah, for me, during the 3 loops of running, in my mind was thinking about what pose should I make to the finishing line. Yeah. When I run all the way to the finishing line, I can't even see where's my friend. I can't even see where's the cameraman at the finishing line, but there's a lot of cameramen there, right in the middle of the finishing line, and also right at the side of the finishing line. Yeah, so just prepare your pose, right? It's very important. So right after you finish, well done, you are an Ironman. But only half Ironman, so you're halfway there to become a full Ironman. Yeah, you might do it next time. Yeah, so for the run course, it was good. So right after you finish, they'll give you the finisher. they don't give us the finisher tee for the Desaru half Ironman. They give us the big towel finisher, and then medal, and then you need to go through the finishing line and then go to the participants area, where finishers area, where there's a big ice, big cold water, like ice bath you can do. Okay, so the water is a bit cold, but not that cold, because I think the top finishers might have the ice already, so it melted down. So yeah, you can stay there and then take the food post race food. You can claim it at the site. Then after that, yeah, you're done, and then you can just yeah, explore and support the participants that are still fighting to finish the half Ironman. In conclusion, it was a good race, well organized. The water stations was good. The pre-race expo and the race village itself, it was good. It was a very happening. There's a lot of participants, and you can yeah, get along with them. As for the transportation, that's the one that is the challenging. Yeah, for me, for a budget, for participants that's looking for a budget travel, it's a bit challenging for them, because we opt to stay at the Airbnb or maybe a hotel far away from the event, because it's cheaper. But it's hard for us to travel to the race village, because we need to go there like 2 times. First is for the race kit collection. Second is for the bike check-in. So yeah, so it's very a hassle for us to go by a fixed rate taxi to the race venue. But yeah, so yeah, but you need to stay at the hotels that are provided, and also you might need to stay at the along the side there, unless you are a local, you're bringing your car, then it's easy for you. Okay, so yeah, you might need to figure that out. So yeah, maybe you can just text at the Facebook. There's a group page of Ironman Desaru where the community discuss, and maybe you can just ask them if you can lift you up, yeah, to the race venue. Yeah, make friends with the Ironmans. Okay, so yeah, for me, I would want to do it again in the future. Good. But then it's just, the hard part is just the shuttle bus. Okay, so if they can improve the shuttle bus, maybe they have a shuttle bus from the town to the race venue, not just during the important part is during the race day. Yeah, during the race kit collection, or maybe during the bike check-in. Yeah, that's okay. But during the race day, might need one at the town to the race venue, because it's very far away. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, all the best for those who's going there this year or maybe next year. So yeah, I hope I can help you with any tips. Yeah. And then yeah, just comment down below if you have any questions, if you need anything. Yeah, let's hope that I can remember, I can give you some tips on how to finish your first half Ironman, or maybe how to finish the half Ironman Desaru easier and you can plan well. Yeah, so just comment down below. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Do share this video. Yeah.